We all know when all else fails, there is only one way: to hold a strike. This is how union workers think when they want to get their points across. When pay or living moderately becomes too low to bear, options exist in the form of negotiating with management, finding a new job that pays better, or strike. So, hello friends, today in Art Facts by Artbox Solutions, here are the 7 of the most famous strikes that happened in the recent history. In 2007, from September 24 to 26, about 73,000 auto workers in the United Auto Workers Union raised their wrenches defiantly against General Motors, with concerns of compensation, benefits, job stability and company investments. Within hours, the ripple effect was felt in Canada, with closures of 2 car assembly plants and a transmission facility in Windsor on September 25. However, on September 26, a tentative agreement was reached, and a deal was agreed upon, and the wheels were in motion once again. In 2009, thousands of postal staff have walked off the job in 3 days of strikes in a dispute over modernization plans, job security, and workloads. The strike was agreed upon after Royal Mail failed to disclose how modernization plans would affect workers' job security. A letter route sequencing machine, for instance, would effectively make human workers obsolete, and there would be large layoffs. A deal was eventually struck, in the form of higher pay and an agreement to maintain 75% of workers in full-time positions. On the 27th of November 2007, the National Union of Mine Workers announced that South African mine workers would go on strike to protest unsafe working conditions. The strike was spurred on by a rise in worker fatalities from 2006 to 2007, despite a government plan in October to reduce fatalities. Less than 5% of mine workers came to work on that day. Government announced it had slashed yearly production goals by 9,000 ounces due to the strike. Nearly 85,000 Verizon workers went on strike to protest Verizon's plan to shut down their factory and move to non-union areas. The first reason was due to the merger of Bell Atlantic and GTE. These two companies merged and created Verizon. The problem with the merger was that Verizon had the idea to move their shops and factories to non-union areas, which would mean workers either losing their jobs or being forced to relocate. Extra hours added to mandatory overtime was another reason. After 18 days of striking, the Verizon strike came to an end with the agreement that Verizon would cut some requirements from the workers' mandatory overtime. From November 5, 2007, to February 12, 2008, all 12,000 film and television screenwriters of the American Labor Union's Writers Guild went on strike. The cause was a failure to agree on terms for a new contract for the writers' issues, including DVD residuals, animation and reality TV writers, and new media disbursement. The resolution of the strike was unclear. While they lost out on short-term deals, they received a new percentage payment on the distributor's gross for digital distribution based on the deal that was made during the strike. On December 2005, 33,000 transport workers union called a strike in New York City. Most New York City Transit Authority and MTA bus company personnel observed the strike, effectively halting all service on the subway and bus. Millions who rely on public transportation were effectively grounded. The strike, on behalf of the Transport Workers Union, demanded from the Metropolitan Transit Authority pension, wage and retirement increases in unsuccessful contract negotiations. On the third day, December 22, the executive board voted to end the strike after 2 days, without an agreement in place. More than 32,000 best employees were on strike since January 8, 2019 over a number of their demands, including pay hike and merger of the budgets of Best and Municipality of Mumbai. It was the longest such protest in the history of the Best. Notably, the workers' union had rejected the management's 10-step increment proposal to break the deadlock. The government had also invoked the police action against the striking employees. However, no strong action, besides sending them notices to evict the houses provided to them by the Best, had been taken by the government. The Bombay High Court on the 16th of January 2019 gave an 1-hour ultimatum to the employees of the Best to end their 9-day-long strike and join the work, and so with this strike was ended with acceptance of union demands along with intervene of a mediator for future demands. Strike is never an answer, but sometimes workers have no other ways to resolve their issues, and thus these activities like strike and protests happens. We request you to please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon and like this video, so that we will be able to bring more such informative, educational and entertaining content to you. This is Art Fact by Artbox Solutions. Thank you in advance. See you soon.